Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Trigger TV. I'm your host William, and today we got a product review of the new Poseidon Orion No.2 Action. These two guys right over here. So let's begin. We'll start with front to rear. We'll start with the lower frame. So this is a Poseidon custom frame. It comes with 1913 standard Picatinny rails. As you can notice, there's 4 slots. So depending on the size of your light and laser, you can adjust how far it needs to be mounted. You got a front texturing for optimal grip, an enlarged trigger guard. So if you're using gloved fingers, which most of us are, easy to depress the trigger. And it actually has a custom undercut already done for you. The standard Glock models do not have this, it's just straight, but they already give you a nice undercut to get a nice firm grip on the gun. So moving down below, we have a nice texturing all around, front, sides, and the rear. Make sure your grip is nice and steady. And then moving to the bottom, we have a nice flared custom Poseidon mag well. Flared mag wells, easier to insert the magazine, and it actually comes with the cut on the side for easy removal of the magazine if it does get jammed. Over here, we have an enlarged Gen 5 style magazine release, which you can switch to the other side. So this is perfect if you're left or right-handed. In addition, we have an ambidextrous slide stop and slide release. Again, on both sides. So Poseidon really thought about this for left and right users and incorporated that into the design. Now moving up on the slide from the front, we have a nice kind of custom ported, aggressive looking slide. You can use it to rack for extra stability or just looks pretty cool. You have front slide serrations if you cock it from the front or if you're doing your press checks. Moving down, we have a steel metal outer barrel with 14mm internal threaded counterclockwise threads. So with this barrel, you don't have to buy any spare thread attachments. Most of your suppressors or mock tracers should be able to be fitted inside. And moving back to the rear, we have a Poseidon custom hooded sight, and then your standard Glock backplate. You also note the beaver tail, so if you have bigger hands, you won't get slide bite. And then the final part of the design is the Rmr Cut. So this is the biggest thing with the Orion No.2 design. This allows you to fit a lot of your optics without having to buy aftermarket slides or steel outer barrels. Everyone knows in the older days with the Glocks, you had to buy aftermarket stuff, find the correct mount, big pain, very much of a hassle, but this one is already pre-done for you. So we'll set that right there. So over here, we actually have it pre-assembled. So as you can see, we have the Rmr already pre-mounted. So in the box, they actually give you a spare set of sights. So as you can see on the back, we have the standard 3-dot sights, but by default, we have the Poseidon custom sight. So this comes included in the box, along with your manual, the gun, and a single magazine. You can tell we have a custom mount here. This is actually not a custom mount, specifically made for this gun. Poseidon actually sells this as an actual product. So this is their new Poseidon Universal Rmr mount, specifically for the Orion platform. So it's an easy to use mount. They give you all of the set screws. So all you need to do is replace the 2 screws on the cover, install the mount with the screws provided, and then the mount itself will actually be able to accept most of your popular either replica or real steel optics. What we have on here is the X-Force solar powered adjustable Rmr, but it will accept pretty much your most standard optics. Very easy to use. Set the mounting plate in and then set the Rmr optics. Most Rmr optics come with original screws, which we did use over here. So these are original screws. You don't have to buy or find the specific plate or the specific set of screws or the specific mount. In the old days, you had to find the specific Rmr, and usually it's mounted in the rear where it replaces your rear sight, but that's a very unreliable way to mount. Usually it's 1 or 2 screws. the weight distribution is too far in the back. Sometimes when you shoot, the screw might break off. Again, a really, really big pain. So Poseidon came out strong with this one, incorporated the mount directly, and then with the Rmr Universal mount, allows you to mount pretty much your most standard optics. Now, moving on to the internals. So, as with all of the Poseidon Orion products, it's already pre-upgraded. So in the back, it actually has a fiber reinforced nylon Poseidon piston with the Poseidon custom ice pick flute valves. So that will help you with your cold weather efficiency and your gas output. Front inner barrel, standard VSR10. You'll take your TM buckings or your standard UVB buckings in there. Again, with the flared magwell, the magazine inserted, you have a nice extended base plate, and then you can note, again, the pull tabs on the side. What's unique about the Orion series is that these things can actually shoot on full auto as well. So they're semi and full auto capable, but as you can tell, there's no switch out there because the switch is actually inside. So to access, pull the slide back, lock it, and you'll see this little orange tab right here. So the large tab, if it's next to the slide, this is in the semi setting. If I were to flick it to the other side, the little tab to the slide, that's actually the full auto setting. So this is a custom Poseidon design. Why they made this, it's much more reliable on the gun. It removes all the other smaller parts as known in the TM Glock 18C, for example. In the old days with the external switch, it wasn't really the most reliable platform because it'll either get caught on something or overuse with the vibration. The switch itself actually will come loose and start moving around, or pretty much other factors. If you didn't grip the gun properly or accidentally hit the switch, it'll go into full auto. You don't want that because it's not controlled. But with the Poseidon system, internal, less parts, more reliable, and this thing cycles like a beast. So speaking about performance, we tested this pistol ourselves. Every shot, very, very crisp. When you pull the trigger and shoot and the slide cycles back in terms of the action, you can feel every shot. It's very crisp, very noticeable. On full auto, you get good gas efficiency, good reliable feeding. The Rmr placement also helps with that fact. But yeah, it's a very, very good shooter because this uses a fiber reinforced polymer frame. Poseidon chose this design in order to achieve that level of performance. Okay, it combines pretty much the lightweight, good gas efficiency, all-round weather capability, and just pretty much smooth cycling action. That being said, we'll now go take a test shoot. All right, so welcome back, guys. We're here at the range. We have the Orion No.2 Action with the X-Force Rmr. So if we look through it, pretty clear optic. We'll take some test shots on semi. And now we're gonna try some full auto. So now we're going to talk about basic maintenance and how to take off the slide. So I'll show you first, racket once, make sure the internal hammer is back. You have two pull tabs here. It's actually a one piece, so you have to hold that down at the same time. Push the slide forward all the way, and it will stick out about 1 inch. After that, just lift up, and then the slide is now off. Now the reason this is different from standard Glock models is you actually have these two reinforcing pins to make sure that the slide stop doesn't wear into the slide. Again, this is unique to the Orion platform and make sure that your slide stays brand new. As you can see, you have the upgraded Poseidon Ice Pick flute valves and internal set, and then the selector for auto and semi. If you want a more in-depth on how to actually maintain or lubricate your guns, you can check our previous video on maintaining 101 basics, which we'll leave in the comments down below. Now to reassemble, you do the opposite. you have your 2 rail openings, and then align it with your 2 rail fronts. So this part, you kind of just slide in and down. So wiggle that in just a little bit, and the slide will come down like so. Pull the disassembly tabs down, and then pull the slide all the way back. Let go of the disassembly tabs, and then the slide's in. And that's it in terms of basic maintenance and disassembly. So, by default, the number 2 Action has a 14mm internal thread counterclockwise metal outer barrel. Most of your pistol-sized tracers or suppressors come with a little thread adapter already inside for pistols. So to install, put the threading in together and then start tightening. For this pistol, however, you want to tighten all the way down, but you want to leave it a little bit loose. Now, once you have it pretty much hand tight, just a little bit tight, lock the slide to the rear, and then crank down on the suppressor or tracer. And now everything is securely mounted. We also do sell the thread adapters if you decide that you need either a replacement, or if you're looking to install either a mock suppressor for longer inner barrels, or if you're installing muzzle brake units. So now, what do we think of the actual product? Well, you're getting a lot of value. The gun itself on the outside looks really, really nice. Nice aggressive texturing. Poseidon really thought about the end user experience. It's very ambidextrous friendly. If you're left-handed, right-handed, they basically got you covered. In the current market, not a lot of pistols are still doing that. We're seeing a little bit of transition, but Poseidon thought about that and incorporated into the design. Easy to use magazine release. The flared magwell, whether you're using this for competition or for your field games, makes the magazine load pretty easily. And also having those pull tabs on the side, if your magazine gets stuck or something, it allows you to get that leverage to pull out. But the main thing is the Rmr mount. You know, modern red dot optics, very important to use, easy sight picture. When they came up with this mount that's directly milled in the slide, it's pretty much a godsend. You don't have to find slides, you don't have to find metal outer barrels, you don't have to do modifications to get your Rmr to fit. You don't even have to go find specific Rmrs that will actually go on the iron sight, because now you can just mount it directly to the slide. It allows for more weight balance and just easier overall function. The universal mount that they provide also makes installation very easy. Most of the time you can just use the screws that are included with your Rmr or with other kits, and then just slot that in and you're good to go. Performance-wise, solid crisp shots. The full auto function is there if you need it. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. There's no weird switch that sticks out, no weird like jamming malfunctioning issues. You don't have to worry about, you know, wearing out that selector, such as with other products as well. But this product is pretty much the only gun that actually is comparable to your Toka Marie lines. The fiber reinforced polymer slide, very, very durable, lightweight, allows you to have really good gas efficiency. And for those who are in Canada, it's very important. When we get to the winter time, this is a gun that you know that when you draw it from the holster and you pull the trigger, that it's going to go off. And they also have a threaded outer barrel already. You don't have to get another barrel, you don't have to do the installation, so pretty much it's good to go. This new line, honestly, for the competitive price point, there's really nothing that's to it. Feels good, shoots good, and it's got the Poseidon extended warranty as well. So you know that when you buy this product, that you're covered for pretty much almost the whole lifetime of the gun. The internal barrels and stuff are standard TM compatible, so if you want to upgrade and stuff, you can upgrade as well. And then the reliable blowback and also housing an internal set, I really don't think it's going to break down on you. But if it does, you know that you're covered. So again, this is the new Orion No. 2 Action. Come down to the store, you can take a look in person, right? get a real feel for it. Sometimes when you're looking online on the photos, very hard to tell. But again, come down to a store. Our lovely sales associates will come and help you. But that's it. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section down below. We'll also link the basic maintenance video as well for those that are planning to do any maintenance and stuff. But that's it from us. If you like the content, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our usual social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, or send us an email if you need any additional help. But that's it from us. Triggersoft out.